Since time immemorial, numbers have fascinated humanity. They are present in our calendars, in the architecture of ancient monuments, and even in music. However, what many do not know is that numbers have hidden meanings that can influence our behavior and beliefs in mysterious ways. Numbers have always played a central role in ancient civilizations. The Babylonians, for example, developed an advanced numerical system that influenced their calendar and astronomy. Ancient Egypt used numbers in religious rituals and the construction of the pyramids, which still inspire admiration today for their mathematical precision and hidden symbolism. Numbers also play a fundamental role in religions and mythologies. In the Bible, the number 40 frequently appears, symbolizing periods of trial and transformation, such as the 40 days of Jesus fasting in the desert. In Hindu culture, the number 108 is sacred and used in meditation practices and chants. Pythagoras, one of the first numerologists, believed that numbers were the essence of the universe. He developed a system that assigned spiritual meanings to each number, revealing deep insights about life and the soul. For Pythagoras, the number 1 represented unity and the origin of all things, while the number 2 symbolized duality and polarity. Moreover, Kabbalah, a Jewish mystical tradition, uses numerology to interpret sacred texts. Kabbalists believe that numbers contain divine secrets, and that each Hebrew letter corresponds to a number with spiritual significance. This led to the practice of gematria, where words are analyzed based on their numerical values to reveal hidden messages. Fascination with numbers also extends to popular culture and art. Dutch artist M.C. Escher used mathematical concepts in his works, creating optical illusions and geometric patterns that challenge our perception of reality. Austrian composer Arnold Schoenberg developed the 12-tone technique, a method of musical composition based on the systematic organization of the 12 tones of the chromatic scale. Numerology, the esoteric study of numbers, has its roots in the ancient civilizations of Babylon, Egypt, and Greece. Pythagoras, one of the first numerologists, believed that numbers were the essence of the universe. He developed a system that assigned spiritual meanings to each number, revealing deep insights about life and the soul. In Babylon, numbers were used to predict astrological and divinatory events. The Babylonians created a numerical system based on the number 60, which still influences our measurement of time and angles today. The connection between numbers and the cosmos was central to their understanding of the universe, where each number had a celestial meaning. In ancient Egypt, numbers were fundamental to the construction of monuments and religious practices. Sacred geometry used in pyramids and temples reflected the belief that numbers were the key to understanding the divine order of the world. The Egyptians believed that certain numbers possessed magical and protective powers, and these numbers were incorporated into amulets and funeral rituals. In ancient Greece, Pythagoras and his followers developed a philosophy based on numerical harmony and order. For Pythagoras, numbers were the essence of all things and possessed spiritual and metaphysical properties. He taught that music, geometry, and celestial bodies were governed by numerical proportions, which was reflected in his famous phrase, "Everything is number." Pythagoras introduced concepts such as figurate numbers, where specific numbers were associated with geometric shapes. The number 10, for example, was represented by the tetractys, a triangle composed of 10 points arranged in 4 rows. This symbol had profound spiritual significance, representing totality and divine perfection. Pythagorean numerology also influenced esoteric and mystical thought in Rome in the Middle Ages. During the Middle Ages, numerology was incorporated into alchemy and Christian Kabbalah, where numbers were used to decipher hidden messages in sacred scriptures. Medieval alchemists believed that numbers could reveal the hidden structure of the universe and assist in spiritual transmutation. In the Renaissance, interest in numerology and the symbolism of numbers resurfaced with the development of Hermetic thought. Philosophers like Marsilio Ficino and Giovanni Pico della Mirandola explored numerology as a way to access esoteric and divine truths. This period saw an integration between science, mathematics, and spirituality, where numbers were seen as a universal language connecting all forms of knowledge. The number 7 is often considered sacred and perfect. It is present in many religious and mythical texts, such as the 7 days of creation in the Bible and the 7 chakras in Hinduism. Let's understand why this number is so revered and how it manifests in different spiritual traditions. In the Bible, the number 7 appears repeatedly, symbolizing completeness and divine perfection. God created the world in 6 days and rested on the 7th, establishing a sacred cycle of work and rest. The 7 seals of the Apocalypse, the 7 deadly sins, and the 7 virtues are other examples of how the number 7 is central to Christian theology. This number is seen as the manifestation of divine order in the universe. In Hinduism, the number 7 also holds significant importance, representing the 7 chakras, or energy centers, that align along the spine. Each chakra is associated with different aspects of physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. The activation and balance of the 7 chakras are fundamental to achieving spiritual harmony and enlightenment. Practices of meditation and yoga often focus on the purification and alignment of these energy centers. The number 7 is equally important in Jewish tradition. The 7 branches of the menorah, the candelabrum used in the Temple of Jerusalem, symbolize the divine light that illuminates the world. The celebration of Shabbat, the day of rest and reflection, occurs on the 7th day of the week, reinforcing the sanctity and importance of the number 7 in religious life. In Greek mythology, the number 7 also appears as a symbol of power and mystery. The 7 sages of Greece were considered the greatest philosophers and lawmakers, whose teachings formed the foundation of Greek civilization. The city of Thebes had 7 gates, and the legend of the 7 against Thebes tells of the battle of 7 heroes attempting to capture the city. These mythological references reinforce the idea that the number 7 is associated with wisdom and strength. The number 7 is seen as magical and mystical in many cultures around the world. In numerology, it is considered a highly spiritual number, associated with introspection, esoteric knowledge, and the quest for inner truth. People with a strong influence of the number 7 in their lives are often seen as scholarly, contemplative, and deeply spiritual. In Islam, the number 7 also has special significance. Muslims perform 7 circumambulations around the Kaaba during the Hajj, the sacred pilgrimage to Mecca. This act symbolizes unity with God and the pursuit of spiritual purification. Additionally, the Quran mentions 7 heavens and 7 earths, reflecting the complexity and order of the universe created by Allah. Western astrology and magic also revere the number 7. There are 7 classical planets visible to the naked eye, each associated with different gods and astrological influences. The 7 days of the week are named after these planets, reinforcing the connection between time, astrology, and the number 7. Rituals and spiritual practices often utilize the number 7 to amplify their intentions. For example, a spiritual cleansing ritual might involve the use of 7 sacred herbs or the repetition of a prayer 7 times. These practices reflect the belief that the number 7 possesses an intrinsic power that can enhance the effectiveness of rituals. One of the most feared and misunderstood numbers is 666, often referred to as the number of the beast. This number is mentioned in the book of Revelation in the Bible and has been associated with the devil and the end of times. But what is the true meaning behind this number? Does it really carry a dark power, or is it just a creation of human minds? In the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 18, we read, "Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. This verse has been the subject of intense speculation and theological debate over the centuries. Some scholars believe that the number 666 is a coded reference to the Roman Emperor Nero, whose name, when translated into Hebrew numbers, sums to 666. This theory suggests that the number symbolizes the tyranny and oppression of the Roman government over Christians. Beyond the biblical interpretation, the number 666 holds deep symbolism in numerology and occultism. In numerology, the number 6 is associated with harmony, family, and love, but when tripled, as in 666, it can represent excesses and imbalances. This triplication may suggest a distorted and corrupted form of the number 6, indicating a negative force manifesting through illusion and disorder. In occultism, the number 666 has been used in various rituals and magical practices. Aleister Crowley, a famous 20th century occultist, adopted the number 666 as a symbol of his philosophy and magic. Crowley saw the number not as something demonic, but as a symbol of spiritual freedom and rebellion against traditional religious conventions. For him, 666 represented hidden light and knowledge, obscured by religious institutions. Although the number 666 is often viewed negatively, it is important to understand that its power lies in our perception and belief in it. Like many esoteric symbols, the meaning of 666 can vary depending on cultural and personal context. For some, it may be a warning of danger and destruction, while for others, it may be an invitation to explore the depths of occult knowledge. Aside from 666, many other numbers are involved in conspiracy theories and urban myths. The number 13, for example, is often avoided and considered unlucky in many cultures. We will explore how these numbers come to life in popular beliefs and how they shape our behavior in often unconscious ways. The number 13 is perhaps one of the most well-known examples of a number associated with bad luck. In many Western cultures, Friday the 13th is seen as a day of misfortune. This fear of the number 13 is so prevalent that some buildings and hotels do not have a 13th floor, and many important events avoid this date. The origin of this fear can be traced back to Norse mythology, where a banquet of the gods was interrupted by the trickster god Loki, the 13th guest, resulting in chaos and death. In Christianity, the number 13 also carries a negative connotation. During the Last Supper, there were 13 people present, including Judas, who would later betray Jesus. This event further solidified the belief that 13 is a number associated with betrayal and bad luck. Besides 13, other numbers are also involved in conspiracy theories. The number 23, for instance, is often associated with strange events and coincidences. The so-called 23 enigma suggests that this number appears with alarming frequency in significant events, such as important dates, accidents, and catastrophes. This phenomenon was popularized by writer Robert Anton Wilson, who explored the idea in his work The Illuminatus trilogy, linking the number to secret societies and global conspiracies. The number 7, although generally considered a lucky number and a symbol of spiritual perfection, also appears in various conspiracy theories. For example, the group of 7 is often cited in theories involving a secret elite controlling the world. The symbolic power of the number 7 is explored in various contexts, from mythology to finance, where 7 is seen as a number of completeness and influence. In China, the number 4 is avoided because its pronunciation is similar to the word death in Mandarin. Many Chinese buildings do not have a 4th floor, and the number is avoided in important contexts such as weddings and celebrations. This cultural fear of the number 4, known as tetraphobia, illustrates how the phonetics of a number can deeply influence cultural beliefs and practices. The role of numbers in conspiracy theories and popular beliefs demonstrates the psychological power they can have over us. They shape our perceptions, influence our decisions, and even affect our mental health. For instance, numerophobia, or the irrational fear of certain numbers, can lead to avoidant behaviors and anxiety. In some cases, obsession with numbers can become a type of mania, where individuals see numerical patterns in every aspect of life. This condition, known as arithmomania, can lead people to develop compulsive rituals related to numbers, such as counting objects repeatedly or performing actions a certain number of times to avoid disasters. Numbers also play a significant role in alchemy and the occult. Medieval alchemists used numbers to encode their secret formulas, and occultists believed that numbers could reveal hidden truths about the universe. Let's delve into the mysteries of mystical mathematics and discover how numbers were used to unlock the secrets of nature. In alchemy, an ancient practice combining elements of chemistry, philosophy, and spirituality, numbers were considered keys to understanding the transformation of materials and spiritual transmutation. Alchemists like Paracelsus and Nicholas Flamel used complex numerical systems to describe alchemical processes and symbolize stages of purification and enlightenment. The number 3, for instance, was of extreme importance in alchemy. It represented the alchemical trinity of salt, sulfur, and mercury, which were considered the fundamental components of all materials. This trinity symbolized the body, soul, and spirit, reflecting the belief that material transformation was intrinsically linked to spiritual transformation. Another crucial number in alchemy was 4, associated with the 4 classical elements: earth, water, air, and fire. These elements were seen as the building blocks of the universe, and their interactions were studied to understand transformative processes. The 4 elements were also connected to the 4 phases of the alchemical work: nigredo, putrefaction; albedo, purification; citrinitas, illumination; and rubedo, redemption. In the occult, Kabbalah is a tradition that uses numbers to reveal spiritual truths. Jewish Kabbalah in particular employs gematria, a system where each Hebrew letter corresponds to a number. This system is used to interpret sacred texts and find hidden meanings in words. For example, the Hebrew word for life has a numerical value of 18, making the number 18 a symbol of good luck and blessings in Jewish culture. The number 7 is another example of occult importance, widely present in both alchemy and the occult. In alchemy, 7 represented perfection and divine order, reflected in the 7 classical planets and the 7 metals associated with them. In Kabbalah, the number 7 symbolizes the union of the divine with the earthly, often represented in the Tree of Life, which has 7 levels of existence. Astrology, which often overlaps with the occult, also assigns great importance to numbers. Each planet and zodiac sign is associated with specific numbers, used to predict events and interpret personal characteristics. For instance, the number 9 is associated with Mars and symbolizes energy, conflict, and action, influencing how astrologers interpret birth charts. The Rosicrucians, an esoteric secret society, also used numbers in their practices and symbolism. They believed that numbers contained the key to spiritual enlightenment and understanding the universe. The number 12, representing the 12 zodiac signs and the 12 apostles, was seen as a symbol of completeness and cosmic harmony. The intersection of numbers, alchemy, and the occult reveals a world where mathematics and spirituality meet. They offer a symbolic language to explore the mysteries of the universe and the inner journey of transformation. If numbers can have such a powerful influence over us, how can we protect ourselves from their negative connotations? Spiritual protection techniques, meditation, and rituals can help neutralize negative energies associated with certain numbers. Let's explore practical methods to protect your spiritual energy. Meditation is a powerful tool to neutralize the negative influence of numbers. Regular meditation helps calm the mind and strengthen the aura, creating a protective energy field. During meditation, visualize a bright white light enveloping your entire body, creating an impenetrable barrier against any negative energy. Visualize the numbers that cause you concern dissolving in this light, being purified and neutralized. Purification rituals can be performed to cleanse negative energy associated with certain numbers. One example is the use of spiritual baths with coarse salt, herbs, and essential oils. Coarse salt is known for its purification and protective properties. Add a handful of coarse salt to your bath, along with herbs like rue and rosemary, and essential oils of lavender or eucalyptus. During the bath, visualize the water removing any negative energy associated with the numbers, leaving you renewed and protected. Amulets and talismans are objects charged with intention that can provide protection against negative influences. Use amulets with protective symbols, such as the Eye of Horus, the Ankh, or the Star of David. Carrying protective crystals, such as black tourmaline, obsidian, or amethyst, can also help repel negative energies. These crystals can be worn as jewelry or kept in your pocket or bag for constant protection. Positive numerology is a practice that involves focusing on the beneficial aspects of numbers. Identify numbers that have positive connotations for you and use them intentionally in your life. For example, if you feel that the number 8 brings prosperity, incorporate it into your daily life, such as in important dates, phone numbers, or addresses. Focusing on the positive aspects of numbers helps reprogram your mind to associate numbers with good energies. Using affirmations and mantras can be an effective way to protect yourself from the negative influences of numbers. Create positive affirmations that counterbalance any negative beliefs associated with certain numbers. For example, if you fear the number 13, repeat affirmations like, "I am protected and blessed at all times, regardless of the numbers around me." Sacred mantras from spiritual traditions, such as the Om Mani Padme Hum from Tibetan Buddhism, can also be used to cleanse and protect energy. The full moon is a powerful time to perform rituals of release and purification. During the full moon, write the numbers that cause you concern on a piece of paper. Then burn the paper in a fire or candle, visualizing the negative energy being transmuted and released. This ritual symbolizes the release of fears and worries, allowing you to feel lighter and more protected. Seeking guidance from a spiritual mentor or numerology practitioner can help understand and mitigate the negative influences of numbers. A numerologist can provide personalized insights on how numbers affect your life and offer specific protection strategies. Spiritual mentors can also perform cleansing and protection rituals on your behalf, helping to balance your energies. Many magical rituals and spiritual practices use specific numbers to amplify intentions and manifest desires. The number 3, for example, is often used in enchantments due to its association with the Trinity and harmony. Let's explore how different numbers are used in rituals around the world and the hidden meaning behind these choices. Numbers play a central role in the rituals of many spiritual and magical traditions. Each number has a unique vibration and can be used to intensify the effectiveness of a ritual or spell. The number 3 is especially powerful, symbolizing the Trinity in many cultures, such as the Holy Trinity in Christianity or the Triad of deities in Celtic mythology. This triple structure represents balance and harmony, making the number 3 ideal for rituals of protection, love, and success. The number 7 is another widely used number in magical practices, associated with perfection and completeness. In Judaism, the number 7 is seen as a symbol of completion and holiness, as exemplified by the 7 days of creation. In magical rituals, the number 7 can be used for spells of luck, healing, and protection. A classic example is the use of 7 sacred herbs in a purification ritual, believed to amplify the cleansing power. In the tradition of hoodoo, an African American magical system, the number 9 is often used in spiritual work rituals. The number 9 is seen as a number of power, completeness, and manifestation. A common practice is the 9-knot ritual, where a cord is tied with 9 knots, each representing a desire or intention. As each knot is tied, the intention is reinforced and sealed, amplifying the power of the ritual. The number 11, considered a master number in numerology, is used in rituals to open spiritual portals and facilitate communication with the divine. This number is seen as a channel for spiritual awakening and enlightenment. In meditation and magical practices, the number 11 can be invoked to help align with higher energies and access spiritual wisdom. Numbers are also used in rituals of banishment and protection. The number 4, associated with the 4 elements, earth, water, air, and fire, is often used to create magic circles that protect the practitioner from negative influences. A protection circle traced 4 times around the ritual space, while invoking the guardians of the 4 elements, creates a powerful barrier against unwanted energies. The number 8, symbolizing infinity and renewal, is used in rituals of prosperity and abundance. A common ritual involves creating a talisman or amulet with the infinity symbol, a horizontal 8, which is consecrated with prosperity oils and herbs. This talisman is then carried or placed in a special location to attract continuous wealth and growth. In addition to individual numbers, numerical combinations also have specific meanings. For example, the sequence 1, 2, 3 is seen as a sign of progression and positive movement. In rituals, this sequence can be used for spells that seek advancement, growth, and achievement of goals. A common practice is the recitation of mantras or prayers in counts of 3, 6, or 9, with each repetition strengthening the intention of the ritual. In numerology, certain numbers are considered master numbers due to their high spiritual vibration. Numbers such as 11, 22, and 33 are seen as powerful indicators of spiritual potential and life purpose. Let's discover what makes these numbers so special and how to interpret their influences in our lives. Master numbers are revered in numerology for their profound significance and their potential to transform lives. These numbers are not reduced to a single digit like other numbers, as they maintain a distinct and powerful energy. The number 11 is often called the number of spiritual illumination and is associated with intuition, spiritual insight, and awakening. People influenced by the number 11 are seen as visionaries and sensitives, often endowed with psychic abilities or a deep connection to the spiritual world. The number 11 carries the energy of the number 1 amplified, representing a bridge between the conscious and the subconscious. In practice, individuals with the number 11 in their numerology chart may feel compelled to seek a deeper understanding of life and help others achieve the same. They may feel a strong need to express their spirituality through art, writing, or other creative forms. The number 22 is known as the Master Builder and is considered one of the most powerful numbers in numerology. It combines the intuitive vision of number 11 with the practicality of number 4, resulting in a unique ability to turn dreams into reality. The number 22 is associated with great achievements, leadership, and the creation of lasting structures that benefit humanity. People with the number 22 in their numerology charts are often natural leaders, capable of bringing ambitious ideas into concrete projects. They are practical visionaries with a unique ability to transform spiritual inspirations into tangible realities. This influence makes them individuals who seek to leave a lasting impact on the world. The number 33 is called the Master Teacher and is seen as the most spiritually evolved master number. It incorporates the vibrations of number 6, which is associated with love, service, and responsibility. The number 33 is often related to unconditional love and universal compassion. People influenced by this number have a strong desire to serve humanity and are often involved in healing and guidance work. Individuals with the number 33 in their numerology charts are frequently considered spiritual masters or teachers. They have an innate ability to inspire and uplift others through their life example and their work. The energy of 33 is deeply altruistic, and these individuals are driven by a desire to make a significant difference in the world. To interpret master numbers in a numerology chart, it is important to consider both their individual influences and their interactions with other numbers in the chart. Master numbers can appear in various positions, such as in the life path, expression, or motivation, each bringing a unique aspect of their spiritual potential. For example, someone with the number 11 in their life path may feel a deep need to explore their spirituality and develop their intuitive abilities. On the other hand, someone with the number 22 in their expression may excel in areas where it is necessary to turn big ideas into concrete realities, such as in architecture, engineering, or business leadership. The energy of master numbers can be challenging to manage due to its intensity. People influenced by these numbers may face periods of crisis and transformation as they seek to balance their spiritual aspirations with practical reality. However, when understood and integrated, master numbers offer a powerful path for both spiritual and material fulfillment. Throughout history, many individuals and events have been strongly influenced by specific numbers. We will explore real cases where numbers played a crucial role, from important dates to numbers associated with famous people. These stories reinforce the idea that numbers can have a significant and mysterious impact. One of the most curious cases is the number 23 associated with William Shakespeare. The famous playwright was born on April 23, 1564, and, coincidentally or not, died on the same day, April 23, 1616. This number appears repeatedly in his life and works. Numerology attributes a dynamic and creative energy to the number 23, which is perfectly fitting for a literary genius like Shakespeare. The presence of the number 23 in significant events of his life raises questions about the influence of numbers on the fate of great historical figures. Another notable example is the 27 Club, referring to a group of iconic musicians who tragically died at the age of 27, including Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Jim Morrison, Kurt Cobain, and Amy Winehouse. The number 27 has become synonymous with a short but intense life, full of creativity and turbulence. In numerology, the number 27 is seen as a number of completion, combining the wisdom of number 2 with the spiritual power of number 7. This mysterious phenomenon has been widely discussed and studied, raising questions about the intersection between intense creativity and self-destruction. It is also worth mentioning the case of U.S. President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who was known for his strong aversion to the number 13. He avoided hosting dinners with 13 guests and traveled only on days that did not involve the number 13. Roosevelt firmly believed that the number 13 brought bad luck, a belief that affected his personal and professional decisions. This superstition reflects the psychological influence of numbers, even among highly rational and powerful individuals. In Chinese culture, the number 8 is considered extremely auspicious, symbolizing prosperity and success. Many Chinese entrepreneurs go to great lengths to incorporate the number 8 into their lives and businesses. A notable example is the Beijing Olympics, which began at 8:08 p.m. on August 8, 2008, 888. The belief in the power of the number 8 is deeply rooted in Chinese culture and influences important decisions, such as the choice of inauguration dates and phone numbers. Another case involves Sir Francis Bacon, a philosopher, scientist, and key figure in the scientific revolution, who was deeply interested in numerology and the occult. He believed that the number 33 possessed special power. Bacon, who was also a Freemason, viewed the number 33 as a symbol of perfection and enlightenment. He used this number in many of his writings and experiments, seeking to align himself with its spiritual and intellectual vibrations. An intriguing example involves former U.S. President Ronald Reagan, who lived in a house at 666 St. Cloud Road in Bel Air, California. After his retirement, the number was changed to 668 at the request of Reagan and his wife, Nancy, due to the negative association with the number 666. This example illustrates how even prominent public figures can be influenced by the negative connotations of certain numbers. Understanding the psychology and the occult side of numbers allows us to uncover a deeper layer of the reality we live in. From ancient numerology systems to modern cultural influences, numbers carry powerful meanings that shape our perceptions and behaviors. They connect us with the harmony of the universe and reveal spiritual truths. If you're interested in exploring more about spirituality, check out our video on astral projection and discover how to travel beyond the limits of the physical body. Subscribe to the channel to continue this journey of self-discovery and spiritual learning. Your commitment to knowledge is the first step to transforming your reality.